Ever wondered how cancer really starts? It's a question many of us have, and the answer is more complex and far-reaching than you might think. We often imagine it as a sudden, out-of-the-blue event. But the truth is, the process usually begins long before any diagnosis. Your body, in its incredible wisdom, often tries to send you warning signs years before a problem becomes serious. Today, we're going to explore what some researchers are uncovering about the origins of cancer. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment through understanding. What you learn today might just change how you view your health forever. Let's start at the very beginning. Cancer doesn't just appear overnight. Research suggests it's the final stage of a long, drawn-out process that can unfold over years, even decades. Think of it less like a sudden explosion and more like a slow burn. It all starts at the microscopic level, deep within your cells. Every single day, your body is performing a miraculous balancing act, and when that balance is consistently disrupted, the stage for potential problems is set. This journey begins not with a tumor, but with something much more subtle: cellular stress. So, what is cellular stress? Imagine your cells are tiny, bustling cities. They need the right fuel, a clean environment, and a calm atmosphere to function properly. But modern life often bombards these cellular cities with challenges. Things like a diet high in processed foods and low in nutrients, constant exposure to environmental toxins in the air we breathe and the water we drink, and the presence of chronic, low-grade inflammation can all damage our cells. Even things we might not think about, like excess sugar consumption, certain types of radiation exposure from our environment, and perhaps one of the biggest culprits, chronic, unmanaged stress, all contribute to this cellular burden. Each of these stressors acts like a small crack in the foundation of your cellular health. Over time, these small cracks can lead to bigger problems. At the heart of each of our cells are the mitochondria. You might remember them from biology class as the powerhouses of the cell. Their job is to take the food we eat and the oxygen we breathe and convert them into clean, efficient energy that powers everything our body does. When our cells are under constant stress, the mitochondria are often the first to suffer. They become damaged and can no longer produce energy effectively. When a cell's primary power plant starts to fail, it can't just shut down. It has to find another way to survive. This triggers a critical switch, a sort of cellular plan B to stay alive in a hostile environment. This is a crucial turning point in the story. This plan B is what's known as the metabolic shift. A healthy cell primarily uses oxygen to create energy in a very efficient process. But a stressed, damaged cell with failing mitochondria can't do this effectively. So, it reverts to a much older, more primitive way of making energy called fermentation. This process doesn't require oxygen and relies heavily on sugar as its fuel source. You might have heard of this phenomenon. It's often referred to as the Warburg effect, named after the Nobel laureate Otto Warburg, who first observed it nearly a century ago. This metabolic switch from clean, oxygen-based energy to inefficient sugar-based fermentation is a hallmark that many cancer researchers study closely, as it represents a fundamental change in how the cell behaves and survives. Now, your body has a brilliant defense system, your immune system. It's like a highly trained army, constantly patrolling your body, identifying and eliminating damaged or abnormal cells before they can cause trouble. A healthy immune system is incredibly effective at this. It's estimated that our bodies deal with potentially cancerous cells every single day without us ever knowing. However, the same factors that cause cellular stress, poor diet, chronic stress, lack of sleep, also weaken our immune defenses. When the immune system's army becomes tired, overworked, and overwhelmed by the sheer number of damaged cells it needs to handle, it can't keep up. It's during this window of opportunity, when the body's defenses are down, that these abnormal fermenting cells may have a chance to multiply and grow unchecked. Here's a fascinating perspective that some researchers are exploring. What if a tumor isn't just a random malicious growth? Some theories suggest that a tumor may actually be the body's last-ditch effort to protect itself. In this view, the body forms a fibrous capsule, the tumor, to wall off and contain these damaged, metabolically broken cells, trying to isolate them from the rest of the healthy tissue. This reframes cancer not as an unprovoked attack, but as a complex, albeit dysfunctional response to a chronically unhealthy internal environment. It suggests the body is trying to manage a problem, even if the result is ultimately harmful. This perspective shifts the focus from just attacking the tumor to understanding and correcting the underlying conditions that allowed it to form in the first place. This brings us to the most empowering part of this whole story, the massive role that our lifestyle plays. If the development of cancer is linked to a long-term breakdown in the body's environment, it means we have a significant degree of influence over that environment. We can actively choose to support our body's natural defenses. This starts with focusing on an anti-inflammatory diet packed with a colorful variety of vegetables and fruits rich in antioxidants. It means consciously reducing our intake of processed sugars and industrial seed oils, which can fuel inflammation. It involves prioritizing quality sleep, which is when our body does most of its repair work and our immune system recharges. Managing stress is also critical, as the stress hormone cortisol is a powerful trigger for inflammation. Simple habits, like staying well hydrated to help flush out toxins and engaging in gentle detoxification practices, can also support our cellular health. The key message here is not one of fear, but of profound empowerment. We are not helpless bystanders in our own health journeys. Our bodies have an incredible, innate intelligence and a powerful capacity to defend and heal themselves. But they can't do it alone. They need our support. By making conscious daily choices that reduce cellular stress, nourish our mitochondria, and strengthen our immune system, we can create an internal environment where health can thrive. It's about working with our bodies, not against them. It's about giving our cells the tools they need to function at their best. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this important topic. If you found this information helpful and empowering, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content aimed at helping you understand your body better. Your support helps us continue creating educational content like this. Stay curious, stay informed, and take care of yourselves. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to provide medical advice. The information presented here is meant to encourage awareness and further research. Please consult with a qualified healthcare professional for any health concerns or before making any changes to your diet, lifestyle, or treatment plan.